Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you're all well. Now, you may remember in the last video, we got the clutch fitted into the Subaru, and unfortunately, while we were out on test drive, the turbo decided it no longer wanted to do turbo things. That's your turbo. Your turbo's gone. Now, we are back and we've got the Subaru here behind me. And if you take a look, you will be able to see that this is the turbo here. And if you take a listen, that is the end result of the turbo no longer wanting to do turbo things. So we're going to get this turbo off so that we can send it away to be reconditioned. Now, the way we're going to get this off is we need to remove this bracket here as it goes up and around. Then we've got the oil feed on the top there. We've got the oil return just down here. And then we've got one coolant pipe just here. And we've got another one tucked up just down the back. And then we should have the intake pipe, which is just there. And then the actual turbo itself is bolted to the manifold with 1, 2, and there's another one tucked down here. 3 bolts. Like I say, they're what hold the turbo to the actual manifold. So, like I say, we're going to get that off so we can send it away to be reconditioned. And then once we've got that off, I'm not sure what we'll do after that, but let's concentrate on getting this off first, and then we can think about what we're going to do after. So the first piece we need to remove is this bracket, which is held in place with 3 14mm bolts. And with those removed, and after a little wiggle, that was the bracket pulled off and out the way. Then next up was the banjo oil feed bolt, being extra careful to make sure that we don't drop the copper washers. Then I could move on to the coolant feed and return banjo bolt on the side of the turbo, again being careful I don't drop the bolt or the washers. And with those off, I could then undo the nuts that hold the turbo to the manifold. Now, I didn't want these to snap, so I used a breaker bar to crack them off. And once they were loose enough, I could then wind them out by hand, one at a time. So with the turbo now loose, I tried to pull it up and away from the manifold, but I did need to move one more coolant pipe out of the way and remove the vacuum line, as I did forget to take these off. And then again, I tried to pull the turbo out, but there was still something that was holding it in, and that is the intake pipe. So after loosening off the Jubilee clip, I once again attempted to pull the turbo away from the manifold, and after some wiggling and jiggling and being careful not to damage anything as there isn't much room, I finally got the turbo pulled off and out the engine bay. So now let's go and see exactly what has failed inside this turbo. So this is the turbo that we have just removed from the Subaru Impreza outside. Now, as you can see, it's not, well, it is broke. Obviously, we've got one side here spinning. And if I bring the camera around to the back, you should be able to see that we have got no exhaust side spinning. So that is telling me that the shaft inside here is completely snapped in half. And if I flip the turbo around and bring it in, you'll see that that is the reason why we are going to be getting this reconditioned. Now, I am going to send it over to the guys at Telford Turbos. I've used these guys for probably 6-7 years now, and I have never once had a single issue with them. I cannot fault them in any way, shape or form. So I'm now going to give them a ring. They can come and get this turbo collected. And then the next time you guys see this, we'll be getting it back from those and we can get it fitted back onto the car. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go and give them a ring. We'll check back in later on in this video and we can get this fitted and we can take it out for another test drive, and hopefully everything this time, fingers crossed, will be okay. But for now, I am going to go and crack on with something else. So I will see you guys in a minute.
3 days later.
So we are back and we are working on the Subaru that you can see behind me. Now we've got it pushed into the workshop. You'll be able to see on the front panel just here, we have got all of the parts that we need. This is the turbo that we've had reconditioned by the guys over at Telford Turbos. So a great big shout out to them, a great big thank you. This is absolutely perfect, but not that I expected anything less, as I've used these guys for years now. They've never let me down, so I will put their details somewhere on the screen. So if you need a replacement turbo or a turbo reconditioning, I would highly recommend giving these guys a call. Now you'll be able to see that we have got a brand new Fuji Racing. We're not sponsored, but we have got a brand new Fuji Racing oil feed line. Now this goes round here on the engine and replaces this line just here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. So we've got to get that fitted as well. We've got a brand new gasket kit, as you can see just here. And we've also got a brand new MAN oil filter, along with 5 litres of fresh 1060 engine oil. The engine is fully forged, hence we run 1060. So we're going to get all this fitted, we'll drain the oil and we can get it refilled, and then we can get the exhaust back on, and then we can see if this Subaru is going to run. Well, I kind of know it's going to run, but we can then get it up and running. So I don't think this turbo is, one, going to get itself built, or two, going to get itself put back onto the engine. So in 3, 2, 1, let's get cracking. So before we could get the turbo refitted to the engine, I did need to get the oil return pipe fitting along with a new gasket back onto the turbo, as trust me, you will not be getting into this area easily with the turbo back in place. So with that back on and torque to spec, I grabbed the new gasket, and just like magic, that was the turbo refitted. Now, I wasn't going to bore you to death and show you putting it all back together again, as it is just the reverse of when we stripped it earlier on in the video. We did, unfortunately, end up not changing the oil feed. Where's it gone? It is over here, as the one that we got sent is incorrect. So I made the executive decision to take the original one off, clean everything out, new seals, and get it all put back together again. Now, I have drained the oil, replaced the engine oil filter, and I have just filled up the engine oil. So let's jump into the car now and see if it is going to start. So if I put it in neutral, yep, and we drop the clutch in, I think the battery's dead. So let's quickly put the battery on charge and try again. So instead of putting it on charge, as I did have it on charge earlier on, you can see the charger just over there. We've got it connected to a new battery just on the floor down there. So now, hopefully, when we get in, we will have the correct amount of power. So again, clutch in, and yes, she's alive. So let that oil filter warm up. Let the oil filter fill up, sorry. And then once the oil filter's full, like it is now, we can quickly just shut the engine off. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, one, make sure that the engine oil level is correct. 2, I'm going to make sure we've got no leaks. 3, I'm going to give everything a quick once over. And then once I've done all of that, we will then get in the car and we can take it for a test drive. So the next time you see me, we'll be back inside here on that test. So after leaving the Subaru to sit and let the engine warm up, I backed the car out of the workshop and began to take a steady drive out. Now, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous, as the last time we took this car out on a test drive, if you remember, the turbo decided to blow up. Ah, fuck. But I'm pretty sure after not only all this hard work, but that freshly rebuilt turbo from Telford Turbos, which again, there's a link in the description, I'm pretty sure that that won't be happening again. So now we're up to temps, let's go and see how this Subaru wants to perform. And so far, I'm about a mile away from the workshop, and everything seems to be as it should be at the moment. Now, I have drove this car quite a few times, as I know the guy that owns it quite well. I've known him since school days, and he's more than happy and he trusts me. So yeah, that's why I've drove it countless times, but it's driving as it should be. Now, I am just stuck in a little bit of traffic, so you'll have to bear with me, but it sounds as it should. The clutch feels nice, as it should. I didn't see any leaks before we left. Thank you, Mr. Man. I didn't see any leaks before we left or anything like that. So, all being well, we will have boost. It sounds like we've got boost. I can hear the turbo creating some form of pressure. If we go right out of here. Should have then just be able to hear that we have got all the boost that we should have. We don't any longer have a slipping clutch, which is always good, as that was the original reason why the car was in the workshop. It was just pretty unfortunate that on that test drive, the turbo did decide to blow up. Well, it didn't even blow up, did it? I mean, it snapped clean off. It's quite unlucky, really. But lucky in some sense, depends on whether you're a glass half full or a glass half empty kind of guy, or woman. We're not sexist. But I am really, really happy with how this Subaru is driving now. So I think what we'll do is we'll cut to a bit of a montage of me driving back to the workshop, and then we will end this video, as I'm pretty sure Shane is at the workshop waiting for me to get back with his car so he can finally start to enjoy it again. So like I said, we'll cut to a montage and then we'll cut back to me and Shane at the workshop. So now that we are back at the workshop, where's the bonnet pull? Is it there? Yeah, there's the bonnet pull. Let's just go and have a quick look and make sure. Handbrake needs adjusting. Make sure that we have got no leaks. So I'm not expecting there to be any, but if we pop the camera down and underneath, no, can't see any leaks there. And also, if we have a look under the bonnet, have we got any leaks here? No coolant leaks down there. Can't see any leaks or any smoke from around there. So I'd say that this Scooby is now ready to go home. And by home, what I mean is, no, we'll leave that to cool down for a little bit longer. We'll let it cool down. But yeah, by going home, what I mean is it's time to give it back to this guy just there. So say hello, Shane.
Hello.
Hello. So you've had some pretty bad luck, really.
Absolutely.
But it's now good luck because it is all done. And it boosts as it should. Clutch feels good. No horrible rattly sound. So,
Fucking mince.
But I am going to end the video there now, as that is all done and I've got 1,000,001 other things to do and a child to attend to. So I will see you guys in the next one. If you've enjoyed watching this video, hit that like button. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will catch you a lot in the next one. So as always, thanks for watching, thanks for following. All together, fucking mint.